$4.6 trillion. That is $4.6 trillion of your money going to the pockets of foreigners. This isn't just bad economics, it's a moral failure. We should not allow failed trickle-down policies to continue to bankrupt our working class people and our country. And asking working families to sacrifice even more to fund tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy and foreign investors is utterly shameful. Instead of gutting important programs and eroding institutions that serve the American people, congressional Republicans should take this opportunity to finally have corporations pay their fair share.
What my colleagues on the other side of the aisle fail to understand is that we have already seen the success of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that President Trump signed during his first term. We know that it worked. By lowering the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%, we gave businesses the ability to reinvest in their communities and create jobs for the American people. If this amendment passes, the money that's been flowing into our country because of President Trump's tax cuts will be stopped at the border. Businesses will again hold their dollars offshore. This helps absolutely no one in my district. And where woke ideology collapses under its own weight, thinking that we can tax our way to economic salvation, the amendment would prevent the Ways and Means Committee from continuing to deliver the economic wins from the historic Tax Cuts and Jobs Act by jacking up the corporate tax rate. Anyone who has taken Econ 101 knows this just means less jobs and higher costs for consumers. If America wants to be an economic powerhouse, our tax structure needs to reflect that. But this amendment, it's two-faced. Let's not pretend like Democrats are suddenly concerned about foreign investment. Last Congress, most of my Democrat colleagues voted against the End Chinese Dominance of Electric Vehicles in America Act, including the sponsor of this amendment. That bill would have closed loopholes that benefit Chinese billionaires with ties to the CCP. If those loopholes had been closed, it would have encouraged more American jobs instead of rewarding our adversaries. I am disappointed so many of my Democrat colleagues opposed this important bill. As a country, America cannot keep robbing Peter to pay Paul and allowing our adversaries to take advantage of us. If the last 4 years have shown us anything, it is that Bidenomics is a failure. The American people sent a message in November. They want change. They want to reignite the economy, secure our country, and go back to common sense. Right now, the Department of Government Efficiency is cutting waste in the executive branch, eliminating inefficiencies, and working to restore fiscal responsibility, something this amendment fails to do. It started by cleaning house at USAID, an agency that is riddled with woke waste, all at the taxpayers' expense. Just to name a couple of these programs, USAID spent $1.5 million to a Serbian LGBT group. They spent $70,000 for production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, and $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. Mr. Chairman, I could go on all night, but in the interest of time, I urge a no vote and I yield back.